So I've been sitting here for the last 10 minutes trying to figure out how I should start this video because there's so much stuff going on around this situation that it's almost confusing. So there was a third-party investigation that MrBeast did a while back, which he tweeted about on July 24th of this year, saying, "Over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. During that time, I have been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation and will take any further actions based on their findings." Now, for anybody that's been following the MrBeast situation, there has been a lot of stuff that has come out since he said he was going to do this third-party investigation. The most recent one that I've seen was posted by a bunch of different accounts saying, "Breaking, MrBeast investigated for ties to 50+ crypto wallets linked to potential insider trading, netting over $23 million in total profits." Now, the other situation that I've seen has to do with Rosanna Pansino apparently reporting MrBeast to the FBI over allegedly leaked group chats between him and his coworkers. These group chats include racial slurs, inappropriate jokes about minors, and other explicit material. And what's crazy about that situation is she made a thumbnail on YouTube using the photo blurred out that she believed to be CP from this group chat, which is wild to me. Like, I get that it's blurred, but if it's CP, you don't even blur it and put it on YouTube. That is not what you do. Now, thankfully, an update from Dogpack himself said that he received the original source of the Ivanka photo. It's from an April 2000 British GQ magazine photo shoot. Surprisingly, it is actually her, and she was 18 at the time. So apparently what they thought was CP was really an 18-year-old girl, but I'm guessing that they kind of ran with it because in the group chat, they mentioned that she may have been underage or something like that. I don't know. I haven't looked at all the chats, so I'm not going to say whether or not there's anything crazy in there, but I will say that it feels to me like Dogpack really wants to get MrBeast. Whether or not it was because he was done dirty, he was fired, I don't remember the situation with him exactly, but the Rosanna Pansino, who's also doing it alongside him, she has wanted MrBeast for like the past year or 2 years, all because she was edited wrong in a MrBeast video. That was her initial complaint that she came out against him with like over a year ago, because we actually made a video about it, and it was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. And ever since then, she has made it her lifelong career to try to expose MrBeast. And I'm not going to sit here and say, well, her channel fell off, that's why she's doing it. I hate when people say, oh, this person fell off, but in reality, they're still doing decent views. They're able to make a good amount of money. They can make a living off of that, and they're making more views than the majority of people do, and views that people would want to have. So it's just less than what she used to do. But now that she's trying to expose MrBeast, she's doing upwards of 1 million views on some videos again, which I'm sure she likes, and she's gonna run with, on top of just having a hatred for this man because of a hide and seek video. Now, obviously, if she exposes something like CP that MrBeast was actually a part of, it should be taken seriously. It doesn't matter that she's had his balls on her forehead for the past year and a half. That's just besides the point. However, it's not looking like she's really exposing anything. They're just grabbing at shit and just running with it without actually doing any research or finding out if what they're saying is true. And so at this point, I just don't believe anything that they say. I just really don't care. At some point, I will look into some of this myself if there's access to these work chats, if there's access to some of the information that I need to do my own research. I'll probably do that when I get a chance, but I'm not going to believe her or him at all anymore because there's too many things that they've gotten wrong. And I feel like once it seems as if you've lied or you've just misled people because of ignorance, I can't trust that you're going to tell me anything truthful going forward. Either way, all that stuff aside, I just felt like I needed to bring that up because all of this happened since MrBeast said he was going to do this third-party investigation. And as of today, he said that the investigation has completed and these are the results. So according to MrBeast, a 3-month investigation into allegations regarding my company has concluded. The law firm / investigators reviewed millions of documents / messages and conducted 39 interviews. I was asked to refrain from making public statements to enable a detailed and unbiased investigation. Below are their conclusions. Now, even though the document is only 2 pages long, it's a long read for a YouTube video, so I'm going to read the most important parts, but I will link down below to MrBeast's tweet if you want to read through the entire thing yourself. So what I think is the most important part that needs to be included in this video is what the investigation produced as far as any significant findings. It goes on to say the allegations of sexual misconduct between company employees and minors are without basis. The allegations were soundly rejected, including by alleged victims. Allegations of the company knowingly employing individuals with proclivities or histories towards illegal or questionable legal conduct are similarly without basis. Here, too, the allegations were uniformly rejected. Several isolated instances of workplace harassment and misconduct were identified during the investigation. The company was informed of such conduct and took swift and appropriate actions to address the incidents, including, where necessary, disciplining or letting go of implicated individuals. It does say that when a company like this tends to grow extremely fast, like MrBeast did, it's not like unreasonable for the policies to lag behind, which means you might end up in a space where you have so many employees and so much going on, but you've not created the policies yet to make sure that the workplace is the best environment going forward. And sometimes it just takes a little while. Some of the recommendations they gave them include sending a clear message regarding tone at the top, hiring a new CEO, chief people officer, and general counsel, and soon to be hired a chief financial officer, implementing mandatory corporate training for all employees, developing new policies codified in an employee handbook, establishing an anonymous reporting mechanism/hotline for employees, and swiftly terminating individuals who violated company policy regardless of their position or level within the company, identifying additional employees for targeted training and executive coaching to address professionalism and compliance with company policy. And I actually misspoke a little bit, so these aren't just recommendations, these are actually changes that MrBeast company is in the process of making, which I think is a good thing. Now, the problem becomes exactly what this one tweet says. And I'm seeing a lot of tweets like this where people are saying things like, no way, the guys you paid found you innocent. And I get it. On the surface, it does seem weird if you don't really think deeper into it because you paid a company to investigate your company, right? And so because you're the ones that paid them, you would assume they're going to tell you what you want to hear. But that's not really how this works. Now, is there ever a situation where a company has paid a third party and the third party has done what that company wanted? 100%. But a lot of times those companies, those firms, they don't last very long because they're not doing things by the book. They're not doing things the way that they should. This company that he hired, if you Google and look them up, they're a reputable company. This is not their first rodeo. They don't need to get paid by MrBeast and follow what he says. They do this for a lot of different people and they work in so many different areas of law that there's no reason for them to lie about it. And I can't find the tweet right now, but some people even compared this to funding to scientists and how they're always going to back the people that funded them. However, this is not funding. This is hiring a company to do a job. This is how it's done. And if anybody thinks that they can find a third-party company to investigate a company for free and go through all these documents and all these interviews and not make any money from it, that's one of the craziest things I've ever heard. It's business. This is what this is. There's very little things in life that you can get for free without having to pay for it. So I get where people feel like money is going in this direction, so obviously they're going to tell you whatever you want to hear. It's just not that simple. It's not that simple. I understand where you're coming from, but you're wrong. So as far as the investigation, it doesn't seem like there's as much going on as people made it seem like on social media. I can't really speak on some of the new claims as far as the crypto stuff. I have to look into that a little bit more. And I'm guessing that the work chat and all that stuff may not have been included in this investigation. But at the same time, the stuff that they were running with as far as this 13-year-old photo ended up being an 18-year-old girl. And I could be wrong, but if I was trying to expose somebody, I'm going to lead with my best foot forward. So they thought that that photo was the proof. They thought that was going to be the end all of MrBeast, and they were going to have shown everybody that he's involved in CP, except that wasn't true. It's an 18-year-old girl. So I don't think that they have anything else like just waiting to throw out there that's going to be as crazy as that sounded. I think a lot of it is just, we're just chasing ghosts. Like we don't like this man for some reason. And so we're going to continue to go about it in any way we possibly can to try to put him under the bus. And I'm sorry, but I find it hard to believe that a lot of you guys out there don't have a group chat with friends or in your lifetime have never said some wild shit. That shit just doesn't sound realistic to me. I'll be the first one to admit it. I have a group chat with a couple friends. We talk about crazy shit sometimes. Now, we don't share illegal pictures or it's nothing like that that's breaking the law. But as far as like making dark jokes or just saying shit that we probably shouldn't say in public, everybody does it. And if not, then you know what? I'll be one of the people that do. I don't care. Like, I'm not going to sit here and try to pretend that I'm this perfect person in the world when we all know that humans are not perfect. None of us are. I'm not saying you should be excused for doing illegal shit. You need to be held accountable if you're doing some F shit, basically. But if you're just having conversations, freedom of speech type shit, you said a dark thing or said a stupid joke or like, come on, right? Like, unless you finding something to go along with that actually proves you doing some really messed up things, I don't understand why we're getting so worked up about it. That's just my opinion. I'm sure some people are going to be mad at me for this video, but I really don't care. So that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. I'll catch you in the next one, homies.